Affleck Graves was elected Executive Vice President of the University of Notre Dame in 2004 by the Board of Trustees, a position he has held with distinction ever since then. In addition to being a sought-after leader at the university, a leader in the community, and in the business world, Dr. Affleck Graves is also a highly regarded professor. We are pleased to welcome John Affleck Graves to the Notre Dame Day broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Wonderful to be with you and the rest of the Notre Dame family.
All right, I'm going to check my notes so I don't get this wrong.
Sure.
You were chair of a committee that funded or landed a $42 million grant. This was from the Indiana Regional Cities Initiative. What is that, and how does Notre Dame figure into that?
Yeah, the Regional Cities Initiative was put together by the governor of our state, Mike Pence, and what Mike did was he set aside $126 million in the end out of the Indiana state budget, and it was to give to 3 regions $42 million each to spend over 4 years for quality of life improvements. And really what that's all about is finding projects that will make this region a region that can both attract and retain talent. Now, of course, we're a region that attracts lots of talent because of Notre Dame. One of the big issues is how do you retain that? And so a lot of quality of life initiatives in regard to trails, job opportunities, all sorts of different projects that we can train young people in how to program, modern technical skills. So the first time that this region has come together, the 3 counties, the Marshall County, Elkhart County, and St. Joseph's County have come together to face an issue like this. We competed with 7 other regions in the state, and very pleased to say we won $42 million, and it's going to be transformational.
Well, and you kind of touched on it. No, even an amazing institution like Notre Dame is not an island.
Absolutely.
There is synergy in a community, and there was a strong partnership with the Michiana region, with South Bend. How do you build on that partnership?
Well, I think we really build on that partnership. That partnership really began under Monk Malloy. Father Malloy is the person who deserves all the credit for that. I think he really recognized that for Notre Dame to be the university we all hope it will be, and to offer opportunities to our young students while they're in this region, the whole region has to grow. It can't be a moribund, decaying region. It has to be a growing region. So Monk really set us on this path of getting Notre Dame much more involved with the local community. And we've continued to build on that, and we have fabulous mayors in all of our cities now, and we have very, very strong relations with them.
Let's talk about construction on campus. I was here in 73 to 77. The campus is probably 7 times the size it was then. But what's amazing is the character, the tradition has been retained on this campus, that it still has that warm feeling that it had that many years ago. I want to show some graphics, some of the pictures. Talk about them individually. McCourtney Hall, talk about that project.
Yeah, so McCourtney Hall is a hall that's going to be devoted to science and engineering research. So we do so much great research in those areas, a lot in medical science, a lot in genetics, a lot in biological sciences. So that's a very big building, a little bit bigger than Jordan Hall of Science, and it's going to have just laboratories for research. Wow. But you know, a lot of our undergrads work in those research labs as well. So absolutely state-of-the-art research building, but we are holding back 40% of it as shelled space for future growth.
Fabulous. Jenkins-Nanovic Hall.
Yeah, Jenkins-Nanovic Hall is going to be home to many of our social sciences. So sociology will be in there, political science will be in there, economics will be in there, and most importantly, it's going to be home to our new School of Global Affairs. And then it also has many of our international institutes. So the Liu Institute for Asian Studies is going to be in there, Nanovic for European Studies, and Keogh Norton for Irish Studies.
But you know, and we saw in that picture, the wonderful character of this campus is retained in all the construction, which I think is so important.
Yeah, we're very pleased. You know, we used a construction, an architecture firm out of Chicago, Hammond Beebe, and what they did was they've tried to, in that building, because it's the first building you'll see as you drive up Notre Dame Avenue, give you a building that's evocative of what you'll see on campus. So the little dome you see there is on South Dining Hall. The beautiful bay windows on Alumni and Dillon. So it gives you a little picture of what campus will be like, and I think they've done a wonderful, wonderful job for us.
There is no question the football stadium has been the focus of attention on this campus for many, many years. Now the stadium is being integrated into something much bigger. Talk about the Campus Crossroads.
Yeah, I think Campus Crossroads is a really tremendous project, and Jack Swabrick deserves a lot of the credit for it. You know, Jack was the one who pointed out that when you look at our history, as you said, football's integrated in everything that Notre Dame does, and every alum loves our football program, most of the time. But I think when you looked at that space, it's such important space on campus, and it was being used 8 times a year. 6 home football games, the inter-hall finals the day after our last home game, and then commencement. And really, this is an opportunity to take that space and show that all we do at Notre Dame is integrated. So there's going to be academic buildings there, part of the mind. There's going to be athletics, part of the body. There's going to be music and sacred music, spirituality, and the visual and performing arts. And then there's going to be an enormous student center, and of course student life is everything at Notre Dame. It's so important for us to have that. So just a wonderful facility, very, very large facility. Combined, those 3 buildings will be 780,000 square feet. So a lot of space in those buildings,
well,
but just really an opportunity to use that space on a daily basis.
I know Father Hesburgh is smiling down on this because I know how important it was to him that people realize the integration of academics and athletics at Notre Dame. There was so much focus on football, and yet this is one of the finest academic institutions on the planet, and people didn't appreciate that. Talk a little bit about the endowment and the relationship to financial aid.
Well, the endowment is critical for us for financial aid. We have almost 30% of our endowment is devoted to undergraduate financial aid. And you know, college affordability is a real problem in this country. It's got so expensive to give a student who comes to Notre Dame the opportunities that we want to give them. Study abroad, work with great professors, work in a great lab like McCourtney Hall. Those are so great for transforming that student's life and preparing them for the rest of their life. But it's expensive. And the way to address that is to give students financial aid. And our endowment is all about doing that. And you know, we're truly blessed to be able to help 46% of our young students on campus this year will get undergraduate financial aid. They'll each average a scholarship of $36,000. And that allows so many of those students to be at Notre Dame. But the underpinning of that is the endowment. If we don't do endowment, then tuition increases are going to continue to be at unrealistic levels.
It couldn't happen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wonderful to be with you.